January 2001, an earthquake hit El Salvador and it was a 7.9 on the Richter scale. It destroyed over 280,000 homes. It was front page on the Washington Post for one day, and then it disappeared from the news cycle. I got involved in El Salvador because a friend of mine owns a restaurant, and most of his employees are from El Salvador. And he told me that one day he mentioned to one of them that he was so sorry about what happened in El Salvador. And the fella turned and looked at him and said, "What are you going to do about it?" So 9 of us agreed to go, and in a 10-day span, we raised 50,000 in cash. We managed to collect 2,000 pounds of clothing, and we decided to head down to El Salvador to a town called St. Augustine. And when we got there, the entire town had been destroyed. There was literally nothing left standing, and people were just sleeping out under the stars and amidst all the dirt and the rubble. And that was a life-changing experience for me. After that week there, I came home to my nice neighborhood in Maryland, and with trimmed yards and, you know, a nice neighborhood. And I had a terrible case of survivor guilt. I didn't even know the term back then, but I really questioned how it is that I could be so fortunate. At that moment, I said, I cannot not go back. And I immediately started making plans for returning. The revolution in El Salvador started in 1978, and it ended in 1992. And it was a bloody war. And there were a lot of concerns. Even the State Department said, don't go to El Salvador, it's too dangerous of a place. What happened was, as part of the reparations for the ceasefire and the peace accord in El Salvador, is they gave land to the rebels' families. But all it was a piece of ground. There was no access to water, no electricity, and no housing. So they did the best they could. And they built houses out of sticks and tar paper and plastic and bamboo. And most of the houses we saw in that area had dirt floors. So we decided it's time for us to go down there and start getting some houses built for people. So that had been the primary mission with our group for the last 15 years. On our first year down there, in 2002, we connected with a Peace Corps worker named Kendra. She helped connect us to local pastors who could identify the families that were most in need of a house. And Nina Rosa was a woman that had multiple children and a very, very small house. It was just awful. And, you know, she knew she needed better housing, but she could never afford it. So Nina was cleaning up one day and praying that God would deliver her a house. And so that's when she heard a knock at the door, and there was Kendra. And she got a house. So I can't understand why it's been 20 years and I still can't think about that without.